Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you so much for stopping back by. I really do appreciate everyone who comments, likes, and subscribes to my channel, so please keep on doing that. Here on my channel, we talk about personal finance, my journey through some debt, savings, and budgeting, and just this, that, and the other thing, money related. And then, I don't know, might get into some other stuff this year. Who knows? I'm very excited for a fun summer. So we'll see. But with that, today's video is going to be all about my March budget with me. So I will dive into the numbers on that. And just a fair warning, it is going to be very different than my January and February budgets. So we'll just get into it and I'll give you those surprises as we go along. So first things first is housing and utilities. I pay half the mortgage bill, so that is going to be $444.95. And then for electricity, last year this month I paid about $80 for my half, so I'm hoping that I can keep it in that realm again. For water, I pay $10.50 for my half of our water bill. And in case anyone was wondering, we live out in the middle of nowhere, but somehow we have city water, but we don't have city sewer. So that's why our water bill is really low, because we only use like half of what like you would use in like a city setting. So yeah, our water bill is only like $20 a month. It's pretty good. So anywho, next up we have internet, and my half of that is $22.50. And then for our trash pickup, my half is $14. And then last but not least, on my bills section here, I have my phone, and that is $37.89 per month. That is through Straight Talk, and it is a limited data plan. So in case anyone's wondering why my phone bill is so cheap, that is why I don't like leave my house that often, so I'm always on the Wi-Fi. But yeah, I got a big reality check because I really wanted to get a new Galaxy S22 through the like pre-sale thing where you could turn in any Galaxy and get it free if you sign up for like the AT&T plan. And I was like, well, I could pay a little more for my phone plan if it meant that I could get a brand new phone, because my phone's Bluetooth doesn't work, which makes it really hard to sync with my Fitbit and use Bluetooth headphones. And I run a lot, so like those things matter a lot to me. And I also can't connect them to my car radio, so it's like an extra hassle. But anyway, I get to the end of this like setup to sign up for that, and it was like going to be $130 a month for that plan. So I was like, okay, never mind. I'm just going to stick with Straight Talk and worry about a phone another time. So anyway, that's my long story short about why my bills are cheaper. And next up, here's the first surprise. So in the auto section here, I did buy a new used car. So I am back in debt for car. I mean, I was still in student loan debt, but I paid off my Jeep in November, and I have now bought another car. And so anyway, my auto insurance has been pretty low for the last few months. Back when I had two cars before, it was about $100, but now that I have a Jeep and a Chevy Cruze, they both need full coverage insurance. I'm not risking anything dropping the Jeep to liability just because it's paid off. So that's going to be about $150 a month now. And then my fuel cost, I used to budget $100 because I was driving the Jeep exclusively, which gets a 10 to 12 miles a gallon maybe. But anyway, now that I have a Chevy Cruze, it gets phenomenal gas mileage. And so I dropped that fuel cost a little bit. Now, fun fact, it is a diesel, so the cost of the fuel is more, but it gets so much better gas mileage that should even out, and I don't go anywhere hardly at all. So I won't have to fill it up but maybe once a month, if that. So anyway, that's kind of the change there with the auto section. And then to follow that up in my debt section, of course, I now have an auto loan payment that I didn't have the last couple months, and it is going to be about $290. I just rounded it up. And that is going to be the minimum payment per month, and then the extra debt payment per month. I'm probably going to try my best to do double payments every month. So at least $290 for the minimum, and then another $290 as an extra payment. That's kind of my goal, and that will, pay it off in 2 years. But then like anytime I have bonuses and stuff, I'm thinking I'll put extra. So this month I do have my annual work bonus should be coming out. And so I'm hoping to put that towards my extra debt payment. And then also, since student loans are not due right now, I'm putting that towards it as well. So it's going to come out to about $925. If everything goes to plan, I'll be able to put that much extra towards towards my first month of my new auto loan, and just hit the ground running. Goodness gracious, you guys, I cannot talk today. in case any of you don't know, I do phone support, tech support basically. And so I'm talking all day long. So sometimes it's just hard to get off of my work stuff and continue to talk and then start saying numbers. So sorry, bear with me. But anyway, next up we have food. I stuck with my normal $200 grocery budget and $50 for restaurants or going on dates or whatever. You know, that could be like putt-putt as well, but I just put it up there because usually our dates are eating. So, because, you know, we're American, it is what it is. And then next up we have my entertainment section, which is my subscriptions. This is Spotify, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Hulu, and a podcast for $5. And those are $10, $6, $1, and $5 respectively. So those are always the same. I don't like to spend much time talking about those because they never change. So next up, we have my miscellaneous section. I do a lot, about $25 to donate to humane societies around here, or just whatever donation thing comes up that I want to put money towards. So that's what I've just been thinking humane society because all the puppies are pulling at my heartstrings lately. So we'll see what that ends up being. But anyway, it'll be $25 donated. Household and toiletries, I've got 75 there. That has been a really good number lately because I did start bundling in my like personal hygiene products there. So like shampoo and stuff. So that helps. And then for personal spending, I have 75 budgeted. And I am hoping to come in under budget, you guys. I'm hoping. I've spent a lot on myself lately. So, you know, bought a car and all that stuff. So hopefully I can take a chill pill for a month. Next up is miscellaneous. That's only $50 this month. So I do actually need to take a chill pill. But I think I'll do okay. I think that'll be all right. Next up, we can get over to my savings and sinking funds. And so some of these are going to look a little different because I am adjusting a little bit to put more towards debt than I initially planned to. But that's okay. I think the differences are completely fine, and I'm still going to be doing a great job. So anyway, first up, I did not change my investment strategy. So for my Roth IRA, I'm still putting in $250 a month. For my after-tax brokerage, I still am putting $25 a month. And then my propane sinking fund is $75, and that one did not change. And honestly, I really should increase it, but it's fine because I have my home fund as well, so that could be used towards propane if I had to. But yeah, so 75 to propane, and then to my home fund, I did actually decrease that about $50 to down to 200. I think that will be okay because I do still have a little bit of money saved in there, and there's not a whole lot left to do on the house. So fingers crossed, we'll be okay on that. Next up, we have my vehicles fund, and this is normally about $125 because there's some work I really want to get done on my vehicles. As far as, you know, making sure I've always got the money for oil changes as well as any other cosmetic work. My Jeep needs a lot. So that's what that's for. But in the month of March, we're looking at my registration for my car. So I'm hoping it's going to come in under that $250, but we will see. Next up, I have my vacation fund, and that is going to be $275. That did not change from last month. I just have to put money towards vacations because I've got a lot of stuff coming up. That might change later in the year, but we'll just kind of see. I know it looks like I have $1,700 in there, but I do have an out-of-state wedding to attend in June, and I still have to buy the plane ticket for that. So that's going to take a big chunk, and then I'd like to still go on a vacation with my partner, so still going to need some money saved in there. Next up is $35 to my gifts fund, so nothing, not too shabby there. It's normally $25. I just had an extra 10 that I threw on that one because I know that I'll need it. Next up is $75 for my family, like backup emergency fund for them, like, you know, whatever they need. I've got a little money, you know, right there ready, just already allotted for them. So there's no figuring out how to fit it in the budget. It's just already there for them. So that's what that is. My emergency fund, I did drop from $150 to $100. I'm someone who is comfortable with having a lower emergency fund while I'm paying off debt, and I already have $2,300 saved in there. So I'm not like overly concerned that something crazy is going to happen. You know, I have medical insurance, I have an HSA, and I have all of these sinking funds as well as my emergency fund to rely on in a pinch. So I think I'm okay there. And then for student loans, I'm not putting anything into savings for student loans this month. Like I said, I'm going to put that towards my auto loan. And I do have some left in there, and I've thought about pulling it out and just throwing it at the auto loan to just immediately get like a big chunk knocked off of it. But I haven't decided. I don't know if I want to do that or not, or if I want to keep saving that and throw that as a big chunk at my student loans. So we'll see. But that pretty much covers it for my savings and sinking funds. And then lastly, we have my income section, and that is going to be 2 paychecks. My annual work bonus, I'm estimating, the take home would be like $500. And then I did have some rollover from the previous month, and that's about $160. So that is it for income. And that's it for my budget for March. So we will see how it goes. I really hope things go as expected for getting a really good start on that debt payoff, but that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you.